Alright guys, on the bench we have two 23 channel radios. We have an LTD by Browning, and we have an SST by Browning. Sideband, AM only. And this radio belongs to what's becoming a good customer of mine, Ivan, down in Tennessee. I appreciate the work you've been sending me, Ivan. Thank you. Excuse me guys, I'm still getting over this cold. Feeling a little bit better, but my voice is still a little scratchy. But so he's had this radio. So it's my understanding anyway from the emails. He's had this one. Has some issues, nothing crazy. And he just purchased this one on eBay. And this one works as well. He's thinking it just needs to be recapped. So, but I figured I'd do a video on both of these because I feel like sometimes these 23 channels kind of get left on the wayside, you know, but I still think that they're pretty cool radios, you know. So yeah, so I figured I'd do a quick video on, you know, just doing a preliminary check on both these radios. So the email he sent me on this one is, so he says when he unkeys the mic, the S meter goes to 0, and then there's silence, and then it goes back to normal again. So I didn't experience that when I first plugged in the radio. What I did notice was there was kind of a delay between when you keyed up the mic and when it actually would register up on the S meter. That I did notice. But I went through every single channel, and it only happened on some like random channels. So it seems to be okay now. So I'm having a feeling, well, I have a feeling that this radio must not get used often. So I think that either the contacts on the mic, or a combination of stuff, but maybe a connection in the mic, or the channel selector, you know, probably has some corrosion on it, because it was doing it randomly. It wasn't like a specific set of channels. I think one time it was channel 6, another time it was channel 17. 20 at one point was doing it. It seems to be good now, and I'm thinking it's because I've been cycling through this channel selector, trying to get those contacts, you know, cleaned up. So, but what I'll probably end up doing is, once I open this up, I'll see what kind of channel selector is in there, and because I've never opened one of these up, I've never seen one until today. So what I'll probably end up doing is going through the mic, checking out the mic, because, you know, sometimes these get overlooked, and it could be something as simple as on the mic. I'll check the connections here, make sure that all the solder joints are okay. And then, yeah, clean that up. Try to get this selector cleaned up, or, you know, after maybe a few minutes of turning this, might clean up those connections and get what he's talking about, that complaint he was saying, fixed. I don't think it's anything else. I think it's just that simple. But let me tell you, this radio weighs a good, I want to say like 10 pounds. Yeah, it's, this one here is probably like 5 to 8. But these old sideband 23 channel radios, man, they got some heft to them. And, you know, they were built very, very well. And this kind of made me want to go through my collection and pull out my old 23 channel radios and, you know, kind of like, you know, just look at them and plug them in and see what's going on with them, because even myself, I just kind of put them on the shelf, and they kind of get neglected, and just thrown off to the wayside. But they're pretty cool radios. I like these Brownings. Ivan loves these Brownings as well. And Browning was actually based out of Laconia, New Hampshire, which isn't too far from me. And in fact, I'm a big biker. I'm a big Harley rider, and I've been going up to Laconia Bike Week every year since 1999. Maybe I missed a couple of years, but almost every year since 1999 I've been going up to Laconia. Of course, Browning's been, long gone, but, it's pretty cool to know that such a historic company in the CB world, wasn't too far from my house in Massachusetts. So, on top of that weird S-meter thing that it's doing, he wanted some parts swapped out. So the driver and modulation transformer, there's got 4 transistors on one side, 4 transistors on the back, including the NEC 1307 final he wants changed in this. But what's cool about Ivan is he sent the parts too. So, and you could tell he's hardcore CBA, because he has his own parts. And it's great because now I don't have to go tracking down any of these parts. So he's got all the transistors here for this radio. And what's great is both transformers. So it saves me the trouble of trying to find parts for this. So I'm happy about that. Thanks Ivan for sending me those parts. Makes my job easier. And he's not sure if it needs to be recapped, but chances are, if this has never been recapped, I'll go ahead and recap that. And also, something I noticed with the case, the cover, is this is actually one-piece cover. So this whole thing slides off like a sleeve. And there's just 2 screws in the back. So this is all one-piece case. This one as well. It's one piece. You have the screws on the side, but this thing slides back like a sleeve as well. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And you can tell there's some similarities in the style of, faceplate. You can tell that they're, they're similar, if not the same faceplate. Just one's, gold-plated and one's chrome and silver. And then obviously the different tags for the switches. But, yeah, so let me get this opened up, and then we'll go ahead and do this one. So the other thing he had stated in the email is that he's not really concerned with bringing this down to 4 watts, so he wants max power out of both these radios. So what he wants to see is that it's supposed to be 5. That S meter does not agree with my MFJ meter here. You can see it's just over 5. Sorry, modulation here. Just over 5. And so he wants to keep it that way, which I don't mind. I'm not particularly worried about bringing this back down to 4 watts myself. So, but let's see what we're swinging to. Audio. All right, almost 20. So, all right, let me get this opened up. Check out this channel display. See if this thing needs to be recapped, and take it from there. Let me get this thing cracked open. Alright, so I got the LTD apart, and you can see that the channel selector is accessible for cleaning, so I'll probably get that cleaned up. I think that's the issue that we're having here with this, but at least it's accessible, and when it's it's almost like a double-edged sword. When it's left open like that, you know, you definitely run a higher risk of corrosion, but it's also, I guess, easier to clean versus a completely sealed unit. So I wish they were all open like that. So we'll get that fixed, and we have transformer there, and we have another smaller transformer there that's going to get swapped out. We have two relays that look like they're serviceable, so maybe I'll pop those covers off and see if there's any corrosion in those relays. Hopefully they're okay. And it does look like these are the original caps, so this is going to have to be recapped. So here's the 4 transistors on one side he wants changed, and on the back side, 4 of them, and the final that's there. And I guess that's it for this radio. So yeah, we're gonna try to preserve that that tune that he likes. He likes it that way, so that's the way he's gonna get it. So he's gonna get like a 6-watt dead key, and we'll see if we can get him swinging even more than what we tested out. All right, so yeah, like I was pointing out, this is all one piece, which is unique. Not for Browning, but just in general. So yeah, so that's one down. Let's get this on the watt meter, see what's going on with that, and I'll also take the case off of that and take a look inside. Alright, got the SST plugged in, and it's warmed up, and let's see what we're doing for power. Let's look at the MFJ meter here, and we got right around 5 watts dead key. Audio, 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 and 10 PEP. It's not bad. So we'll try to keep that tune for him rather than bringing it down to 4 watts. So he set the max. Maybe we can get a little bit more out of it. We'll see. Let me get this thing open and see what's going on inside of it. Alright, so got the SST open, and this is a unmolested unit. So when I took the 2 screws off for the speaker, it still had the original Loctite thread locker on the screws, and this still has the what I call locking noodles. I don't know what the correct the industry term is for those, but yeah, it still has them a little dry, but they were still there. The locking noodles on the adjustments, on the adjustment cans. So this is a yeah, it's pretty cool. Unmolested unit here. So we'll get it in order, and also Karen Baytall or Bartol. I'm wondering if this is the tech that actually worked on this specific unit, or assembled it, or whatever. Or I don't know, maybe did a repair on it or something back at Browning. I don't think a user would have engraved their name on the side here, because on top of that too, there's in the back here, there's CM Cole. I'm assuming that was the gentleman who owned this before Ivan, or whoever, maybe the original owner, I don't know, but I'm just wondering if that's the actual tech who worked on it. It'd be pretty cool to know for sure. If you guys have any idea if Browning actually did that, let me know. Let me know in the comments if that's something that Browning did, because I'm not sure. But I found that interesting. And also, on the other side, the serial number is engraved. Now, it seems to me that this was probably, this coating was it looked like it was probably done after this was engraved. So this makes me think that, you know, that does come right from the Browning factory that way. This, whatever this is, I don't know what this is, nickel coating, whatever it is. But, so, there you have it. 2 awesome radios that came to me for service. So fortunately I have both Sam's manuals for it. Browning LTD and then the SST. So fortunately I have the later production Sam's Photo Fax. So this is for the T50000 and up. So fortunately this is a later production model. 85959. So I don't have the early production model Sam's Photo Fax. So fortunately I have both. And I was already looking through the alignment procedure for both of them, but this LTD has some instructions here, like the sideband exciter, which I've never seen before on any other radio I've had to align. So this is a very interesting alignment procedure for this LTD. Nothing crazy, but different, I guess you could say. And what I liked about what I liked about the LTD versus the SST is the fact that all the crystals had adjustments, these capacitors that you could adjust. And I like that, as obviously as the crystal ages, it's going to, you know, fluctuate, you know, frequency. So that's a good way of getting all the crystals adjusted properly. So yeah, that's something I noticed that the LTD had that the SST didn't have. Because I think, just my opinion, on these 23 channels, because they use way more crystals, you know, you run the risk of having something be off frequency. You know, as these crystals age, you know, they kind of lose their calibration, I guess you could say. So that's for me one of the, I guess you could say, downfalls. Not really downfall, but you know, one of the things you have to look out for is these aging crystals on these 23 channel radios. But alright guys, that's it for this video. It's been long enough, and yeah, I just wanted to showcase this, give you guys a preliminary check on both these radios. I thought they were worth doing a YouTube video on, and I'll do a follow-up on each once I get them recapped and aligned. So stay tuned. I'll probably do separate videos. This video was the both of them. I'll probably do 2 separate follow-up videos on each one, on the SST, on the LTD. I'll get some tape around this before I go any farther, because this is in immaculate shape, this radio. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for watching.